Hello Scorpio, welcome to twice to your reading for June 2018. 2 days ago I started to do some live streaming with the readings for June, but it didn't go too well, so I'm continuing today instead. And your months, I'm doing this reading with the tarot cards and not with my usual Oracle de la Triade, but your first card is the Two of Swords, and this month you are trying not to see, not to feel, not to think, not to judge, not to care about things, but at the same time at work at least, or in general maybe, relationships are quite tough. They are represent a great burden for you. You have the Ten of Wands here, and Ten of Wands is about carrying a workload, of course, but at the same time making it on your own, taking a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. So maybe you are taking a lot of responsibility also for what other people are doing. You know, that's not your business. You are trying not to care, and maybe you manage, but at the same time relationships are tough. Some of you might have to take care of somebody else around you. Could be a family member, or maybe you have people around you that give you a hard time, or co-workers even, because this is wands are very much connected to work, because they are the energy we put into different tasks. So if you take care of somebody else, this might show up as relationship card, but it's very unusual. Otherwise it could mean that you are experiencing some tough times when it comes to relationships. And maybe this two of Swords is also about not caring about whatever effect things have on you or on others. And maybe this lack of compassion is also creating burdens for you. Could be you that are submitted to other people's actions, and they lack compassion, they have no feelings, they don't see the wrongdoing, or they see there might be witnesses, let's say, but they choose not to see. Because they don't want to get into trouble. This is a card of staying away from trouble as well, and pretending something is not there. And it's about not caring also sometimes, you know, so being at peace at the same time, but it depends very much on the context. So now it depends on your situation, but I think that for many of you this card shows up also for a big workload, but you are also dealing at the same time with other people, and there's a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. And the next card is the Knight of Pentacles, and therefore this is a very productive month, but at the same time, maybe because of people around you or all the workload, at some point you feel like you are not enough, and you constantly have to explain yourself, to prove yourself, and you might also have to, you know, it's like you are never good enough, or you suspect other people believe you are not good enough. There's something, it could be an idea that grows because of other people's requirements. They put a lot of burdens on you, or they require a lot of you, and then it creates the sensation that you are not doing enough, that you are not, you know, stuff like that. But it depends, maybe you just want to prove that you are loyal and that you can do your stuff. It's maybe, you know, it's just you have come to that point in your development regarding your career when you feel that you are a little bit of a master, but you haven't gotten there also emotionally or self-confidence wise, so to speak. So you know that you know your thing, but at the same time there is this doubt within you. And it depends. Some of you just want to show others that I am part of your group. You know, I am loyal, I will not betray you, I am good at what I do. You know, so some of you might even go and look for a job. You are constantly trying to explain to your possible future boss how many good things you have done, accomplished in your life, how many careers, or whatever it might be. So it depends, but maybe there is some inner uncertainty for most of you, and it can come from stress as well. It's not like you are always like this or you should be like that. It's more like a duty that you have to show people that you are reliable and so on. But you are also bringing in results, because this is a good card for work. This is the hard worker. So you are not running away. If you had the Knight of Wands here, you would try maybe to run away from responsibilities, but you're not doing it with the Knight of Pentacles. And the challenge is strengths. So again, a lot of Libra and some other sign or signs even had the card strengths showing up. So this is about developing inner maturity, having patience, and managing to tame the lion or the beast within that wants everything to go quickly, that wants to roar because of ego. You know, a lion, when a lion wants control, it would take it, you know, in the wild. But we have to be different in societies, in civilized societies. We have to be domesticated, and we have to be domesticated, of course, from within. So there are difficulties during this month, maybe a lot of responsibilities, maybe a lot of pressure put on you coming from work and other people, and possibly both. And the unexpected is Queen of Pentacles. So again, you have two good Pentacles cards, and this means that you don't have any financial worries. Things at work are going pretty well. You are making money, and some of you might also buy stuff. You might invest some of this money. Could be a normal everyday stuff like food and things like that. And I think that you also enjoy much of the work that you are doing, and this makes you, every card in your spread makes you feel mature, responsible, always there, always manifesting something, always creating something worth something. Could be material value, emotional value, you know. So you are there for a purpose, for a reason. There is skill, there is hard work, there is working under pressure as well. So that's my feeling regarding this spread. But at the same time, there are things that you are closing down your emotions, and you are not always caring about certain things. I don't know, could be so that you have people around you, of course, that do not care, not necessarily you. maybe it's simply so that you don't expect much of others, and you are working hard, carrying all the burdens and making money. And the last card is the Eight of Cups, and this card means that you are emotionally leaving something behind. So maybe if this is you, you are leaving your emotions behind, or your emotional needs. Maybe emotionally some things were important, but they are not anymore. And it can be good or bad, it depends. Maybe you wanted something very much last month, but now this month suddenly you feel that it's not important anymore. So maybe you don't waste any money on it or any energy on it anymore. You don't feel any kind of attachment to it. On the other hand, it depends now if you have to deal with negative people or experiences, or if you choose not to see certain things, you are also leaving your emotions behind. And it's not very good to not acknowledge what we feel or what is happening around us, or even our darker side, or the darker side of other people. It's good to acknowledge it, because it constantly creates shadows within us, and you kind of have to acknowledge everything that is going on. You don't have to act on it. You don't have to blame yourself, feel guilty. Just acknowledge, yeah, this is what I am doing right now, even if I should maybe do something else. Don't judge it as good or bad. This is how I really feel, but this is what I express to the world, because I would be, everyone would jump on me, if I or things like that. It could, and it's okay. People do repress their shadow side a lot, especially if they believe that they must be good people all the time because of how they grew up. And but we all make mistakes, and we all have good and bad in us, and it's okay to make mistakes. And we do judge people too much for everything that they say, and there's a lynching of people for whatever they say on social media. And it's so easy, to just get drunk and go and write a lot of stuff, on social media. That's you don't have to it doesn't have to be such a big catastrophe, but you can hide anything you have that is dark. You just don't have the right to express it. Just hide it and repress it, but it has other even worse consequences for us and for society. So this is the reading for Scorpio for June 2018. I wish you a great month, and I'm moving on to the sign of Sagittarius. Thank you for watching.